Welcome to Pai in Mae Hong Son, Thailand. This is my first day, my first morning in Pai, and as I often like to do, I'm going to try and find a lookout point outside the town where I can get up high and kind of get an aerial view of this area, and I found one. And an interesting thing about this lookout point is that it's right beside the Santichon Cultural Village. It's kind of a local tourist attraction, a Chinese village that was settled originally by people who fled from Yunnan province in China during the revolution in China. All these people fled from Yunnan province. They settled here, and their descendants still live there today. And I'll talk a little bit more about the village when I get there, of course. But first, I'm going to head beyond the village a little bit and then up to a lookout point. So I'm on my way. This is the streets of Pai all around me. I think I know how to go where I'm going, or how to get where I'm going. And an interesting thing about this village, it was founded in 2005 as a tourist attraction. I mean, it existed as a village for many years before that. And a popular product in this area was opium. Growing and selling opium, and there was, I guess, a serious drug problem in this area around the village. And one of the ways they decided to combat the drug problem was to shift over to tourism as a way to get an income, and this village was established. And the whole place is built to imitate a traditional Chinese village from the province of Yunnan. So the buildings and the restaurants are using traditional construction methods. And they have activities as well. I think you can shoot arrows on some kind of a archery range. There's a Ferris wheel there, sort of a manual Ferris wheel, where men drive it around in a circle. There's 4 seats on it. And then you can pay 20 baht to sit on this, and these men will spin it around. But I don't know if that thing is open or not. I just came across something interesting on the road here. They have these automated gas pumps. I just stopped to check it out, and it looks like you can insert bills and coins and then pump your own gas. I saw these before, and I assumed you had to have a credit card or a bank account or some special app, but it looks like you just do it with cash. So just for fun, I thought I'd try it out. So these are the machines I was just talking about. It's actually Aussie oil. So I don't know if that means it's actually from Australia or not, but we're going to find out whether it works. I've got two 20 baht notes. We're going to stick in there, see if that works. Got to open this up first. And my scooter takes 91, which they have here. So let's give this a try. Well, it looks, I guess it's 39.6 per liter. I don't know if that's lower or higher than any other gas station, but let's see whether this, oh, yeah, it does say 2050, okay. Let's see what happens. I wonder if I can put in another 20 at the same time. All right, so I've got 40. Oh, maybe I was supposed to take this out first. I don't know. Put that in there. And then... It's probably telling me I can pump now. And nothing's happening. Huh. So you have to be able to reach So you have to make sure you park close. I haven't pumped gas for decades, I don't think. Yeah, I can't remember.
ขอขอบคุณที่ใช้บริการค่ะ
Was that all?
Yes. Saying thank you for using our services.
Wow. It's the most exciting thing I've done so far today. I gotta say. Huh, there you go. I love anything that I can do myself, right? But that is a bit tricky though, that you have to have it in place, push the green button. I don't know, it feels a bit odd because you'd be far away from it, but maybe I don't understand quite how it works. That's it, success. I filled my own scooter up with gas. I haven't done that for so long. Yeah, and this is the entrance, the Yunlai Viewpoint. I already talked about that earlier. That's where I want to go first, is to the Viewpoint and the village, the Santichon Village. Not sure I'm saying the name properly. It's out here somewhere. That could even be the village up there. I don't really know. But that's where we're headed. Maybe the Viewpoint is on the top of that hill? I doubt it. That's way too high. But we'll find out in a few minutes. The funny thing is that when you're going to one of these tourist attractions and you're not quite sure where you're going, you often get hints because you see other tourists heading in the same direction. And I've spotted a few people. So I think this is the village, the cultural village on my left. As far as I know, there's no entrance fee to go into the village itself. They just make money from people buying food and tea and things like that. And for the Viewpoint, I think there's a 20 baht entrance fee. But this, what we're going through right now, are the homes of the original people. You know, this is the village itself. The cultural village is just sort of like a theme park or a replica. But this is a real village where people from Yunnan province settled. Ah, all right. I love signs, and here's the sign. Yunlai Viewpoint, another arrow, so we're heading in the right direction. And this village is interesting to me also because I just came from the village of Ban Rak Thai in northern Mae Hong Son. And that village on the lake, it was also founded by people who fled from China. You usually read that it was founded by nationalist soldiers from China who fled China after Mao's revolution. So I guess there are a number of these villages founded by Chinese people from Yunnan province scattered around northern Thailand. Okay, it's starting to become clear. I think that hill that I saw with the buildings on top, that was the Viewpoint. Okay, another sign. I love it. Yunlai Viewpoint. Every time I'm at an intersection, I'm wondering what direction I should go. There's another convenient sign. I love that. And I read that cars can't make it up to this place. The road is too rough and too steep. So you have to park your car down below, and then you pay a fee to be transported to the top. But a scooter can do it. Another sign. If this is the road they're talking about, it's no big deal. And here we are. Oh, sorry, chickens. I've arrived at the top of the Viewpoint. Big parking area behind. They've got a nice set of bathrooms here. I'm just slowly getting the lay of the land. I think the official Viewpoint is up here. These would have been the buildings that I saw from down below. So the Viewpoint was not that giant hill mountain over there, which is kind of a good thing. I didn't really want to go that high this morning. So I think that's the Viewpoint. And this appears to be sort of a camping area. It says only tourist camping on the sign in English. But yeah, they got this big wide area. I guess you can come up here and put a tent and pay someone for the privilege. But this is why I came up here, the view. Anyway, that mystery was solved. We got kicked out of the camping area. Only campers allowed through that gate. So we have to go around this way, up the stairs, and I guess over here is where we'll pay the 20 baht entrance fee. Somewhere up at the top, I guess. Right, yeah, right through here. So here's the official entrance. There's a man underneath the tree, and he's collecting 20 baht from everyone, and you get a ticket. Really like this. Corn has been such a big part of my experience of this part of Thailand, the corn harvest. And they have the tree decorated with corn, which is kind of cool. But as I started to say before we got kicked out of the camping area, is that this is what I came up here for. And there's the view. And to be honest, much nicer than I expected. I wasn't expecting this at all. From down inside the town, when I looked around, I didn't really think we were that close to the hills. I didn't think there was a viewpoint anywhere. 'Cause I think that's Pai itself, the main town right down there. You can see, just maybe make out a white Buddha on the hill, and that is right behind the town of Pai. So getting oriented. So that's Pai. It's actually out much closer to the hills than I thought. Gorgeous view. Much nicer than I expected. And where's the cultural village now? Probably, yeah, right down here, I think, just below us. And that's where I'll be going next. Found this beautiful spot right here where they have a hillside of flowers growing. Really sets off the views nicely. And while I've been standing here taking in the scenery, I've noticed little patches where burning is taking place. Because I was reading about this spot and the views at different times of year. And I guess during the burning season, of course, the views aren't as nice because the sky is so hazy. But right over there, you can see an entire hillside is currently on fire. I'm assuming that's marking the beginning of the burning season. I don't really know when it starts or anything like that. But I guess people come up here for the sunrise, as they always do, and maybe I will as well. It's just so easy to get up here. So maybe I'll do that one morning while I'm here. But this is down in this area with all these tables, and there's a building over here. I haven't been inside there yet, but there's also this big flat area up here. That's where I'm going to head up to next. And there's the selfie station over there. coming up here this morning was really kind of a surprise. I didn't have like an itinerary planned or anything like that. It just sort of happened. I'm just so glad that I did it. This is the perfect way to start a visit to Mae Hong Son, or to Pai. See that? I don't even know where I am these days. But there's a tree here, and look at that, covered in little ornaments. I guess you buy them here, and then you can inscribe something on them, hang them on this tree. And I assume it brings you good luck in some fashion. Well, look at this. Love prophecy. 10 baht for one piece. And then you got a get rich booth. So I guess you can buy one of these and do something with it. And you get love and you get money. Most things that you see like this always have something to do with either love or money, right? And there's the selfie station. Let's see if the view is what the view is like over here. Nice. An amazing setting, it really is. Just leaving from the Viewpoint, and I noticed on my way up, there's this coffee shop over there on my left. And I think I'll be there some morning, maybe as early as tomorrow morning. Nice to come up here. I've come down from the Viewpoint, and everything around me, as far as I can tell, I'm always confused about everywhere I go, but as far as I can tell, all of this is part of this Chinese village, this replica of a Chinese village, Santichon. And of course, it's designed for visitors like myself, so you got all kinds of shops and stalls down there. You can buy tea in particular, food and snacks. And then they have all kinds of like selfie opportunities. There's something here, a big boulder. And I think you can rent traditional clothing, and then you put on this clothing and you can take pictures of yourself, wearing all of this clothing. And I think beyond that, I don't know what's here exactly. I'm just doing my usual thing of showing up somewhere and wandering around and trying to figure out where I am and what exactly I'm doing here. But there's the there's the Viewpoint up there from the village. I was just up there, so you can see how much higher that is. It's very nice. And these are the places I mentioned where you can rent traditional clothing, mainly for women, it looks like, which kind of makes sense. But there's a whole bunch of photographs, all your options for how you can dress. A couple of prices. Maybe these would be purchasing. You can buy it for 800 baht. Oh, and here's the Ferris wheel that I mentioned down here in the field. I saw one at a Viewpoint when I was riding to Pai, and that one had simple, just planks of wood that you sat on. This one actually has chairs. But I think you need 4 people, because you'd have to have every chair occupied in order for it to be balanced. Obviously, you can't sit on there as just a one person. Yes. Yeah, that would be a disaster. And I think right behind me is the fish pond. Let's see if we can feed some fish. I always like doing that for some reason. Something very simple. You can just put 10 baht in the jar usually, get a bag of food and feed the fish. So there's my 2 bags of fish food. I don't know. I think maybe what interests me about fish is that they're not nearly as dumb as you might think, because these fish, they know where the food comes from. They saw me standing here talking. Maybe they even heard me, and all the fish are coming here because they know this is where the food is. And a bunch of smaller ones over here on this side. So I guess I'll feed the fish on both sides. There we go. And that was one bag. I tried to distribute it fairly so that the little fish and the big fish, they all got something to eat. But did you notice right at the very beginning, the big fish came to the surface and they actually held their mouth open right at the surface of the water. I guess hoping the food will just fall right into their open mouth. That was pretty funny. They're no dummies. Now I have bag number 2 for all these little guys over here. Okay, I had a little bit of an issue opening the bag. I got some in my hand here. Now I've got the whole bag. All the big ones came over from the other side when they knew there was food to be had. I guess that's how they get big. They don't mess around. Well, time to take a look at this area. Very theme park-esque up here. It reminds me of the battlements at Ban Rak Thai. When I saw them there, they seemed really out of place to me, because that village also, of course, is themed as a Chinese village. And when I saw these sort of castle fortifications, I thought it was just something from another country, like it didn't fit in China. But apparently, this style of fortification is also part of Chinese history, Chinese culture, because they're using it here as well. And it just makes me think of a medieval castle in Europe. Here's another place where you can rent costumes. I guess you can wear them all around the village itself. I thought maybe you could only wear them here to have your picture taken. But I guess you can just put them on and then walk all around and wear them during your entire visit. So that's kind of cool. And here's one of those spirit homes up here at the top of the castle. A nice shady spot right here. And over here you get a nice view of the entire village and then the city of Pai off in the background. Yeah, I have no desire to put on these costumes, as I said, but it's really nice to be here while people are doing it. Like that woman just down below there. She looks amazing in that outfit. It's just kind of fun to be here and have all these people walking around in those elaborate costumes. So I don't know what's going on with these houses, whether you're just supposed to look at them or whether it's a kind of a tea shop. Let's take a look inside. Oh, okay, it's just a replica of a house. Very cool. Shows what the traditional fire-burning kitchen would have looked like. That's really cool. 3 separate fireplaces, 3 woks. Some jars. Ah, okay. A pestle, mortar and pestle for grinding up flour. And then the other side of the home. And put it over there. Oh. So I'm going to shoot some arrows here. I have no skill in this. Can't remember the last time I did it, but we'll do it anyway. And it looks like it's 6 arrows for 50 baht. And I'm shooting one of the traditional bows, I guess. They have one, looks like one more modern one, but most of them are traditional.
Dip color left side นะคะ
Okay.
Dip lock Okay
Okay, and like that.
ได้ดอกค่ะเกี่ยวได้ดอก
Oh, on the string. Ah, okay. I got my lesson. The red fletch, there's 2 black ones and 1 red. And the red, you point it to the left. The arrow sits in a notch right in the bow itself, which I hadn't seen before, actually. And my instinct was to grab the tip of the arrow. But she told me that was wrong. I'm supposed to just grab the string and don't touch the arrow. So, let's see. Yeah, you need strong pinching strength on your fingers. Because I'm pulling it back, I have more than enough arm strength to pull on the on the cord, but it's hard to hold on to the string. Yeah, I need to be like a crab or something. If I were a soldier, I'd be dead already because I'm fumbling around just trying to string the arrow. But yeah, it's got a notch in the end of the arrow. You put the string into the notch, and then you've got to hold on to it. Well, I hit the red circle that time, so I'm a little bit closer to the middle. One more. The other arrows gripped the string, but that one wasn't really holding on, so I blame it on the arrow. All right, last one. The worst one of all. No, that's very cool. But I can see if you practice that for a while, you would get a callus and a blister on your finger. It's like you'd have to, really get used to that. But maybe I'm supposed to hold it back with 2 fingers. Yeah, maybe that's how I was supposed to be doing it. That would be so much easier. Anyway, there you are. Shooting a bow and arrow at Santichon Village. Yeah, instructions. Okay. So, I am in the village of Santichon still, and they have a gun range here where you can shoot. I guess they're modified to shoot BB guns, and I think this one is modeled on a classic American M16, and I'm told there are 15 shots, and there's a little target down at the end of a little man with a green circle around his heart, so I guess I'm trying to hit him. And there's also, is that a can? I guess you could try to hit the can as well, but I'll aim for the target. The one just to the right of the post right in front of me is where I'm going to shoot. So I've never shot a rifle in my life. The only gun I've ever shot was a pistol, and one time I shot like a double-barreled shotgun. This was in Canada on a farm. And I remember that story to this day. I was very young, a teenager, and this farmer just gave me the gun without any explanation. I put the gun against my shoulder, pulled the trigger. Next thing I knew, I was flat on my back because the recoil just blew me right off my feet, and I just landed on my back. I had no idea it was that strong. So that's the only gun experience I have in my life. So we'll see how I do with this M16 BB gun. We're aiming at the target down there. I have no idea what happened. Oh, okay. I think I hit it. I see a little bit of light at the very bottom of the target on his hip. I got him in the left hip. I'm surprised. Oh, to the left. Got him on the right wrist. I don't know where that one went. Right shoulder. I'm disabling him, but I haven't gotten he's still shooting back at me, this guy. I got to put him down, I guess. Right shoulder. I don't like his right arm or his right shoulder, apparently. I think I got him in the chest that time. Poor guy. I think I got him in the right arm again. What is it with me and right arms? Okay. Huh. I think I can actually see the BB leaving the rifle. So I don't think it's moving very fast. But I think I just realized I told a lie, because when I was a kid in my neighborhood in Canada, in my small town, a lot of guys had BB guns. Friends of mine had BB guns. So after school and on the weekends, we were shooting BB guns quite a bit. So I guess I don't really count a BB gun as a real gun. Ooh. I've lost track of how many I've shot. Oh, just to the right of his head. Feels like I shot way more than 15. But I don't know. Maybe see how many more. It turns out that I made a complete mistake. I thought there was only 15 BBs in the, is it the clip? Maybe.
Magazine.
Yeah, in the magazine. But you only take 15 shots, and you're supposed to count how many you take. I had no idea. So we'll see what the final charge is now. I guess I shot way more than 15. All right, there you go. So there's the grouping.
Good for combat.
Yeah, well, I never hit the bullseye, but I did get him right in the head a couple of times.
What you can consider as fatal.
Yeah, well, quite a few in here. Mm-hmm. But I did appear to really not like something about his right arm.
Yeah. Well,
so
won't shoot you back.
All right, so there you go. Cool. So that is the Santichon Village behind me, the Chinese village. Just on my way out, heading back into Pai for lunch. But I think that is going to be more or less the end of my small adventures for the morning. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.